Guys, today we are going to learn Figma in 10 minutes. 10 minutes or so. Definitely, it is not for someone who is using Figma for a long time, but for beginners or someone who want to switch to Figma quickly. So let's directly jump into the tutorial. But yeah, before that, I would like to let you know that guys, tools are just to speed up the workflow. You can use any tool. Design is all about creativity. Figma is kind of free, and that's why not free for organizations, but yeah, free for individuals. That's why I decided to get started with Figma. uh, then one of the cool fact about Figma is, so it is a cloud based tool. You don't need to have a high configuration machine to install it. You can simply run it anywhere, like from anywhere. You just need to have an internet connection and any standard browser like Chrome or Safari or Firefox or whichever browser you prefer. So you can simply log into go to figma.com and log in with your Google credentials, or you can create your own Figma account and get started with it. So when you get started with Figma, probably you would be not seeing this screen, definitely not this. But yeah, you would be seeing something similar to this, where you can see details about your recent files, your drafts, and details about your free plan, and you can upgrade your plan to premium one if definitely Figma is helping you to generate money out or revenue out of it. You can create a new design file. You can create a new FigJam file, where FigJam is used for it is a kind of whiteboard thing where you can do all your brainstorming. You can import any other files from other tools in Figma as well with import file. Let's start with a new design file. You can use this new design file from here, as well as you can use it you can create a new file from this plus button in your title bar as well. So it will ask you which file you want to create. We can say, okay, I want to create a new design file, or you can use open any existing Figma file as well. What I have did is, I have basically divided Figma into 4 major sections, you can say. And sections as in, first section is your title bar, where you can access all open files. You can create new files from here as well. You can minimize, maximize, and close Figma. We have some other buttons as well, but definitely will not jump into the minor things on the day one. Let's get started with it slowly, and it will help you to explore yourself and adopt with Figma quickly. Then we have this menu bar, or not menu bars, but yeah, toolbar, you can say, where you have access to all the tools which Figma has. You will see at first glance, okay, there are not huge amount of, or a big number of tools in Figma. Definitely not like any other design tools like Illustrator or Photoshop, or any other 3D tools like Maya or Max. But believe me, these are though you are seeing the minimal number of tools, but it is more than enough to create any sort of web design or mobile app design. Now on the left hand side, you will be seeing your layers panel, or your it is combined with your assets as well. Assets are nothing but your components, which you can create components in Figma, and you can reuse them again and again in different files, different pages, in different designs. And the good thing about components is, you just need to change it in your master component. It will be updated in all of your designs wherever you have used instances of the component. As of now, we haven't created any assets, that's why it is not showing any assets here. But yeah, in the layers panel, you will be seeing your pages, as well as whatever you will be creating in the Figma, you will be seeing that in your layer panel. No matter it is visible on your canvas or not, you will be seeing the entry for it on your layers panel. You can keep on adding multiple pages to keep your design file organized. I prefer to have different pages for different sections. Definitely I'll let you know how I personally organize my files in any of our upcoming tutorials. As of now, let's just focus on the basics. Then your center part, it is your playground or canvas, you can say, where you will be creating everything, where you will be most of the times you will be using this space to create designs. And on the right hand side, you would seeing your properties panel. You will be seeing your prototype tab in the properties panel, design, prototype, and inspect. These are the 3 tabs you will be seeing on your right hand side. Where design is all about properties, where you can go and change all properties. If nothing is selected, you would be able to do it for your canvas. You can go ahead and change the colors of the canvas, and definitely will not choose any funky color. I prefer to have a subtle light tone which Figma itself has, or sometimes I do change it to the darker one if I want to do some designs on the contrast background. But yeah, then we have prototype, where you can do all your wiring and prototyping, and you can create a click through prototype using this. Then your inspect tab is all about your CSS properties. You can select an object and then see all CSS properties of the selected object. Our toolbar, most of the times we'd be using tools from our toolbar, or some I do use hotkeys because it is kind of a quick way to switch through your tools. Before jumping into the toolbar, I'll quickly walk you through the navigation in Figma, but before that let me draw a frame for you. So frames are artboards. If you are coming from Illustrator, Photoshop or XD background, frames are your artboards, you can say, and you can simply click and draw a frame of 100 by 100 pixels. If you are selecting a frame tool, simply clicking on the canvas and it will draw a frame for you of 100 by 100 default dimensions. Let me just delete this. Let me show you the templates as well. When you select the frame tool, you are not doing anything, you just selected the frame tool, and then you are seeing templates which Figma has. You have lot of templates for phone, like Android and iPhones. Then you have tablet templates for the tablets. Then for desktop, presentation, watch. Let's just create a 1920 by 1080 for this tutorial. So when I select a frame, it will show me properties related to this frame, where I can change the XY positions of it. I can do alignments. I haven't selected multiple objects, that's why it is not enabled yet. But yes, you can change your X and Y values, position of your frame. You can change width and height of your frame. Then you can change the rotation, and then you can have the corner radius, which is in CSS border radius. Clip content is also an exciting, not exciting but important feature, which is helpful creating content which have scroll basically. Then we have auto layout, layout grid, all those fancy stuff. Layout grid is you can simply have the grids on the frame. We'll go into auto layout. We'll be having separate section on the auto layout, because auto layout is very important and very helpful tool from speeding up your workflow perspective. Then for now, let's just focus on the fill and stroke. So fill is where you can change the color of your selected object. In this case, the frame is selected, so you can simply change it to whatever background you want. Let's keep it white for now, and then let me just draw a rectangle as well. Rectangle, you can use hotkeys R. When you hover your cursor on any of the tool, you will be able to see the shortcut keys or hotkeys for them. Let's just have a rectangle somewhere around the frame. And yes, you don't always need to draw it in your frame or on your artboard. You can draw it anywhere in the workspace, and you can simply move it in a frame. You can move outside a frame. You can do all those fancy stuff in Figma. Let's just do it some funky color, just to help you understand how you can navigate in Figma. So to zoom in, zoom out, it is very straightforward. You can use control or command plus or control minus to zoom out. So you can see control, hold your control or command, then hit plus to zoom in, minus to zoom out. On other hand, you can use your scroll wheel as well to zoom in, zoom out, or you can use your if you are using it on a trackpad, you can simply use your pinch gestures, pinch to zoom in, pinch out to zoom out, and then you can use your scroll gesture to navigate through the Figma workspace, Figma canvas, you can say. Then we have this hand tool as well, which is also a handy tool to go through or move through the Figma canvas. But you might find it difficult to switch through move tool or any other tool to hand tool frequently. So there is a shortcut where you can hold down your space and you can simply click and move wherever you want to move in the Figma. Now we have understood about the 4 building blocks or 4 sections of the Figma, and how to create any object on the canvas. Let me quickly walk you through the tools, some important tools which are kind of helpful to create designs, and then we can jump into details in the upcoming tutorials. So we have seen move tool, where you can select any object and move it around the canvas. You can use frame tool to create predefined templates, or you can simply drag and drop draw a frame on your canvas. Then you have this shape tool, where you'll be seeing rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, star, and image or video as well. So you can import an image and video into Figma. Then you have this pen tool, where you can draw anything on the canvas with the pen tool. It is a standard pen tool which you have in Illustrator, Photoshop, or any other design tools. So you can simply click and draw shapes on the canvas. Make sure you click on done, because Figma's pen tool is a bit different than any other design tool. So in other design tools, from a point you can only have 2 lines, but in Figma you can draw multiple segments from a from a point, or from a vertex, you can say. So you must click on done to complete your shape. Now if you see, you have 2 sections in a in a shape. Definitely it is cool and exciting in Figma. Then the shape tool, you can select any basic shape and simply draw it on the canvas. Let's just sorry, sometime it has, yeah. So you can simply draw objects on your frame. As I said, you can select any object, and then you can see properties of the objects on your right hand side. You can go ahead and change the stroke colors. You can change the properties of the stroke, like stroke width. Then you can decide how do you want to have your stroke, inside, outside, or center. You can add a field to this. Simply click on this file. It will this plus button. It will add a field in your shape. You can go ahead and change the field whatever you want. So guys, let's not go into more details of the tools, but what I would suggest you to get started with the design, simply focus on the basic shapes, start creating the frames, start drawing up your objects or your shapes on the frame, and that would be more than enough for now to get started with it. So yep, I guess I said we would be doing it in 10 minutes or so, but yes, I guess we are already around 15 minutes. So yes, thanks for the watching, and definitely do subscribe, hit like, and share this to your friends.